Does California sell tax lien certificates? What a great question. And in this video, we're gonna not only answer that, but we're gonna show you how to make money with California. Yes, it's amazing. Everybody's leaving California, but you can actually make money there. So stick with this video and I'm gonna show you exactly how it works in California and how you and your family can profit from this. Matter of fact, I'll show you how to take advantage of this within the next 20 to 40 days if you follow the steps. Once we explain how this all works, the very end, I got a little bonus for you. I'll hand you a blueprint to make this happen so you and your family can enjoy the fruits of not only California, but everywhere in the United States when it comes to tax liens and tax deeds. So let's get started. First of all, let's talk about tax liens versus tax deeds. They're absolutely the same thing. What? What do you mean they're the same thing? Well, a tax lien is the very beginning of the process and a tax deed is the very end of the process. So, you know, a tax lien is going to be a tax deed and a tax deed has been a tax lien at one point. What does that all mean? That means this: a tax lien certificate on a property is a first position lien on the property. Once a property owner has become 1 year delinquent on the property taxes, see, the county government is allowed in certain areas to go ahead and say, I need that money. We're going to sell the lien. What do you mean I need that money? Yeah, I've got, number one, 60% of our budget goes towards education, schools. Then we've got the emergency service, such as police departments, fire departments, ambulance. I've got hospitals, community college, parks and recs, summer camps. All of those things are run by the county, are due to property taxes. So if somebody's not paying their property taxes, the county suffers. They can't print money like the feds, okay? So they're kind of restricted on what they can do. So again, tax lien certificates have been around longer than we've been a country. The mechanism, the mechanics of this is if somebody fails to pay their property taxes, the county is allowed to offer those to the public. Now, I'm not buying somebody's property. All I'm doing is putting up the money to the county so they can continue to operate. Now, some states say, oh, you know what? We're going to let you buy the tax lien certificate and you'll get the prevailing interest rate that we dictate by law. All of this is backed up by state statute in all 50 states, including Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. And what they say is that interest rate is going to be 16, 18, 25, even 36%. They're motivating the property owners to pay this. So you're sitting there going, wow, are there a lot of these? Yeah, there's a lot of these. There's over $400 billion in uncollected property taxes in the United States each and every single year. Okay, so this is a fraction of the property taxes that are due, but this is how the United States looks and smells so nice, I guess, if you will. You've got everything taken care of within a county structure. So what happens is this: once a property owner becomes 1 year delinquent, somebody can buy it, but they have a grace period or what they call a redemption period on when they can redeem on that. So in other words, they can say, okay, we're going to let you sell the lien, but that person has got to pay those taxes within 2 to 3 years. Let's call it 2 years, for example. So they've been late 1 year. Now they're late 2 more years. They've been late 3 years. And the state law says at this point, kind of enough's enough. So we're going to allow the county to go ahead and sell the tax deed to the property. So they say, okay, enough's enough. We're just going to sell the tax deed to the property, or the lien holder that bought the lien originally can foreclose on the property if that time frame has come and gone. Either or, at the end of the day, you foreclose on the property and you end up owning that property free and clear. Because see, a tax lien or a tax deed takes superiority over all other liens and encumbrances, including a mortgage. You heard that right, including a mortgage. You think, well, wait a second. If the mortgage is in first position, how can taxes be in first position? I don't get that. So let me explain. All properties always have a tax due on the property. They always do. Doesn't matter who owns the property, who paid off the mortgage, taxes are due every single year. So kind of the way you need to look at this is like a phantom lien. If you don't pay it, boop, it pops up and immediately takes first position over anything else that's been filed up to that point. Why? This ensures the county's always going to get their money. I want you to think about this. The county's the one that controls the title to the property. So they're not going to let anything happen to their money. You guys You can do whatever you want. You can put loans, pay loans, sell properties, but nobody's getting clear title to this property until someone pays the taxes on it. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So one of two things is going to happen within a state. Either they're going to allow them to sell the tax liens in the beginning, and that gets converted into a tax deed when they don't pay, or they wait and the county just sells the tax deed to the property. So the question is California a tax lien state or a tax deed state? Both. What? It's both, okay? So California predominantly is a tax deed state. What that means is, in the state of California, typically the property owner can be delinquent 5 years before the county will take legal action to foreclose on that property and sell the property for back taxes. That's how it works, okay, forever and ever. So you go in there. So in the state of California, you technically do not have to pay your property taxes for 5 years before anything legally happens to take the property. But during that 5-year window, there's still a penalty. Okay, so if I come in the second year and go, oh, thank goodness, I paid my taxes, they're gonna say, okay, you owe $2,000 plus 18%. So the property owner doesn't get by scot-free. It just says in the state of California, the state statutes, every state has a law. This is not some ambiguous thing that I just popped up here. This has been available for longer than we've been a country. Every state, when they're brought into the union, has a property tax code that says if these things happen, these mechanisms go into place. And California is no different. And so what they say is, well, we're going to make it 5 years, okay? So they can be delinquent for 5 years. And if you just look at Los Angeles, San Bernardino, and Orange County, there's literally over $100 million in uncollected property taxes every single year, after year, after year. Matter of fact, I do believe when Arnold Schwarzenegger became governor, there was a budget crisis. That's why they kicked out Gray Davis. He came in there and he says, we're going to fix this budget. He's chomping on a cigar. He's the Terminator, right? And then he looked at the property taxes. He goes, wait, what are all these property taxes? So he immediately said, we should just start collecting all the property taxes. Literally, I do believe within 24 hours, there was like 27 lawsuits from the counties going, you can't do that. You can't take our money. So that idea, was a no-go from the word get-go, because it's not the state's money, it's the county's money. So what Arnold was trying to do is go in there to fix the state budget and grab the county's money. Two different things. That didn't go over real well. But this also exemplifies or puts a microscope under how protected these things are. Without this money, the county doesn't exist. No schools, no police department, no fire department, no emergency services, no parks, no recs, no summer camps, no roads, no stop signs, all of that stuff. So it's super imperative. Okay, I've been doing this a long time, okay? In other words, I've taught more people face-to-face how to buy and invest in tax lien certificates than anybody on the planet. Okay, so back in 1996, Governor Wilson came up and said, you know what, we're going to try something different. We're going to pass a new law that says California can also sell tax lien certificates. I had just started buying tax liens a few years before that. I'm going, oh, this is going to be great. So we can buy tax liens and get tax deeds. Not so quick. So what happened was he said, okay, we're going to make it so that you can have tax lien sales. Counties, y'all can have tax lien sales if you want. I'm like, what? So I want you to think about this. The county's got a system that's working pretty good. And they say, okay, the state says we're gonna amend the rules that says you can have a tax lien sale if you want. They're like, we don't want to. We're doing just fine. Now, there's only been a couple of tax lien sales since 1996. One of them was in Orange County. I do believe it was in 1998, where they said, we're gonna hold a supplemental tax lien sale. Well, guess what? Orange County had just filed bankruptcy, and the way they got out of bankruptcy was by holding a supplemental tax lien sale. Whoa, that's the importance of tax lien certificates. So technically, California has both. They have tax liens and they have tax deeds. I think Santa Clara is the other county that had a tax lien auction on it. So don't hold your breath looking for the tax lien side of it. Predominantly, it's going to be a tax deed state. Here's the other thing that you look at with California. When you buy a tax deed in California, there is no redemption period. Okay, you and I call it a redemption period. Okay, there is none. They do have a rule that says if the county accidentally sold the property that they weren't supposed to sell, that property owner has 1 year to prove that they were not supposed to be selling that property. It's just a CYA law. It's not a redemption period. It doesn't mean that person can come in and go, I got the money now. It just means that, dude, you were supposed to sell my neighbor's house, not mine. And they prove it, and the county goes, oh, I made a mistake, sorry, blah, blah. It's a CYA law. So that's not a reality. And I'm telling you this is because I've had county officials tell my students, oh, there's a 1 year redemption period. And they are new, and they go, what just happened? I thought this is a deed state. So that just clarifies that. Now here's the deal. There's a lot of things that you have to know before you pull the trigger, raise your hand and say, I buy. You don't just go do this willy-nilly. What I've done is put together a step-by-step course. This is my gift. You heard that. My gift for you. It's free. Just take it. It doesn't matter. Okay? I just put it together. It literally will walk you step by step through the process and show you all of the pitfalls that you could fall into and how to avoid them and how to get on to your very first deal literally within the next 30 to 45 days. You can find financial independence. All you got to do is click the link down below. It's either in the descriptions or just go to higginsmethod.com. higginsmethod.com and learn from the best. This is my gift to you, saying God bless and good luck. See you out there.